This my college roommate was Jaquavius.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is black as hell.
Jaquavius.
All right, man. We back. We live. You know what I'm saying? Episode number 4. We got a special guest in the house, man. Somebody that's been like a little brother to me since I met him. He's worked his way up in the football rankings, coming out of high school, out of the infamous GA. You know what I'm saying? Hart County. Yeah, man. We got Kaimon Rucker in the building, man. Former UNC Tar Heel. Now on his way to the NFL. He's a part of the 2025 NFL draft. So y'all give it up for him. Welcome to The Real Understands Everything, also known as True Talk.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Former, man, made me feel like an official alumni. I don't know if I'm used to that yet, but I appreciate it. Heck of an introduction, though, bro. I appreciate it.
Man, for sure, man. For y'all that don't know, man, I met Kaimon back in 20. Actually, I met Kaimon when I was getting ready to go through the draft process. Now look at, you see how things turn around. You know what I'm saying?
Full
I met
circle.
Kaimon, man. Go out there to his game, man. Right, real full circle. I go out there to a game. You know, I had been talking junk to him too. I'm like, I'm gonna really see if you like that now. Funny thing about it is he was actually going against Chris Hinton's brother. And those of you, I think we spoke on it the last episode. We trained with Chris Hinton, played at Michigan and all that good stuff. His brother, what is his brother's name?
Miles.
Miles.
Oh, Miles.
Yep.
It is Miles.
No, it was Miles. Miles was he was committed to Stanford. I think he ended up going to Stanford at that time. But yeah, I just watched him. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, listen, Miles a big boy now. This is gonna be a tall task now. But I was as a player, I was able to sit in the stands and just be a fan of the game, and I was really impressed. You know what I'm saying, with his skill set, and I knew then, like, man, you know, I tried to get him to go to Clemson, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't sweat. Hey, look. No, don't sweat me. You know what I'm saying? But
They ain't want me. They ain't want me.
Man, so I see you going through this draft process, man. Obviously we, you know, all of us been through it. So take us, you know, what's been new for you so far?
Nah, man. So I mean, it's been a very quick situational thing going on. So it's just like, obviously, like, we had the bowl game last year, and so really right after the bowl game, man, it's just like the turnaround, the clock starts then. And so it's just like, for me, like, I got to make sure, like, I got everything. Like, the agency's trying to send me over to where I'm going to train at. So I got to make sure that I have, like, all my itineraries, all my clothes, everything that I'm trying to bring with me for the next 3 months. I got to make sure that I have everything. And so I ended up training in Proactive in Thousand Oaks, California. And they've trained they've trained a lot of people. Like, there's like a lot of people throughout the NFL, NBA, tennis, Major League Soccer. Like, they have trained a lot of people with, like, just with anybody. So it's like the connections that I've made, man, with guys that have been retired from their professional sport, the people that's still in the middle of their professional sport, getting top end recovery, rehab, training, strength and conditioning, all that kind of stuff, man. They have did a tremendous job with me over there. And so it's just like, I've had a great time over the span of time that I was there. And then right when that's up, I come back over here to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Basically, now I ain't training to test. I'm actually training to play ball, which is kind of like what I've been waiting to do for the entire time. I'm not going to lie to you. But now I'm kind of doing that process now, training with the guys that I in the draft class with, guys that I played with this past season, training with the strength and conditioning coach, some new faces, some old faces. And now we're just training, going down to the draft now. So, and then once that starts, the turnover starts going, man. We start picking up speed all over again. Rookie mini camp, OTAs. Then we going into training camp, preseason. Then the official season starts, and then before you know it, man, I'm talking like this is like a long process. Before I know it, I blink one eye. Next thing you know, my rookie season is done with. So, but that's as quick the turnaround is, and you know, that's where we at right now, though. So.
That's what's up, man. I like that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you, I know for me and Mike B, we actually met during our draft process, training or
Right.
whatever. So, and I remember telling you long before you got to this point was like, when you get here, it's gonna happen fast. Like, what I'm saying? Make sure you make the most of it, memories. So what I want to ask is like, since you started this whole draft process, what has been the most memorable or the most like the I guess memorable is the right word to use, the most memorable moment so far?
The most memorable moment, there wasn't really been like a nothing really like I wouldn't say quote unquote memorable, but it's just like it's been great moments over time. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's just like that's the first like I'll say like like being able to the way that you and Mike be admit, like I met a lot of different guys that I trained with in this draft class with myself. Like I met a few guys that I was training with, man, that brothers that I can consider like my brothers for life now. I brought my parents out to Cali. That was like their second time, third time out there. They had the opportunity to see Malibu and stuff. The Pacific Coast Highway and stuff like that. So it was like that was,
Breathtaking. If you ever go out
bro,
there, it's breathtaking.
so beautiful, bro. So like they had a great time out there. Just being able to connect with the people that I did, network with the people that I did. Um, honestly, man, it was just like I'm very like a very in the present type of guy. So it was just like every day that passed, like even if it was a good moment or bad moment, it was just like, I'm just appreciative in the place that God has put me in. And it's just
Right.
like there's a lot of other people that wish they were in my position right now. So who am I to complain about like like my injury that I had or like, feeling like that I'm not where I should be and stuff like that. Just like understanding like where I'm at in the present has kept me like enjoying this entire process. Even though this is going to be the longest process that I'm ever going to have in my professional playing career, it's just like it
Right.
doesn't feel that long right now because it's just like I'm so stuck on what's happening today. I'm not worried about yesterday. I'm not going to fret about tomorrow. Like I'm only going to worry about what's happening to me right now, currently in this day. And then once tomorrow gets here, we'll get there. Whatever happened yesterday is dead and gone. So it's just like just being present to everything that's been happening, man. I couldn't thank God enough for it.
No, for
That's
sure.
really
I
good.
feel
That's
that.
really good advice too
Yeah.
for the young people that listen to this as well. Because I
Facts.
feel like a lot of high school kids or even kids at a young age, they get caught up on, oh man, what am I not doing that'll set me up for the future rather than worrying about right now. What can I do right
Hmm.
now to get better? What can I do right now to help
Right.
my team get better? So the
Hmm.
fact that you said you focus on now and I focus on what happened yesterday or what's going on down in the future. So, Rob, I got much respect for you for that.
Appreciate you.
Now
Me. I ain't gonna
to
lie now.
to
Go ahead.
piggyback off of that, that's to piggyback off of what you said, Cayman. Kirby Smart used to tell us that same thing all the time, basically in a summarization. Be where your feet are. So the fact that you're saying that you're just being present and going through the process and just trying to take it day by day and not really focus on the past. I mean, that's a great way to look at it. And to piggyback off of what you said, John, it is great advice for the young generation because like some kids nowadays that I even coach now, they're like just so like, oh man, I can't wait to get my first offer. Oh man, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. Just live in the moment, bro. Just slow down for a minute, but it's gonna come. And
Hmm.
like Eli told you a while back, it happens quick.
Man. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? This the real and the raw. I thought you was gonna say the combine because everybody don't get that email. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Yeah.
I've been through that. I
Facts.
remember cracking my laptop open, getting that, hey, we want to bring you to Indiana. I'm like, what they say? Me? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So nah, that's major though, man. You know, feel me? Like I like the humble approach and everything, you know what I'm saying? To anybody that's gonna see this, just know like Kamen is a really humble guy. He don't talk his junk enough, you know what I'm saying? But that's why he got me.
That's
You
why
feel
the
me?
quiet
Like,
assassin. You know what I'm saying? I watched this film now.
No
Oh
facts.
yeah, we seen the film and it ah,
yeah.
they
The
So
eye
now
in
Appreciate
the
it.
sky.
I gotta
Yeah.
ask, man, at all, at all.
well,
Hey
I
man,
got a
it's a
question
couple.
for you on that. So why like for me, like I said, I'm from Baltimore, so you've been like I said, Georgia really has I had the opportunity of playing in Georgia for Little League. So nothing I ain't play high school in Georgia, but
Hey, we were still
like
dogs in Little League.
Yeah, listen, it's different. You never know. I'm gonna tell you that it's different. So, what inspired you to play football?
What inspired me to play football? I'll
Yeah.
probably give my credit to my pops on that one.
Okay.
Really, ever since he was like talking to my mom and dad now, it was like once my dad like kind of figured out like if we have a boy, we are going to make sure this dude play football. The second that we have the ability to sign bro to play football, he gonna do it. Next thing you know, I come out, he was like, oh yeah. 7 years later, he signs me up.
Yeah.
Um, fun thing is though, like I didn't want to play football at first. That's the crazy part. I didn't want to play it. So it's just like for a minute, like I played football because my pops wanted me to play football.
Right.
And so it's just like, obviously it's just like because of football, it has allowed me to develop so many friendships within it. It allowed me to learn a lot of different life lessons, like way more than people anticipate. Like people just look on TV and just see like this barbaric sport. And I mean, like, yeah, we crashing out on people from time to time. But I mean, at the same time, it's like when you in it, you learn like so many valuable lessons in that meantime. So it's just like, after a while, I was playing for him, but then it really started to click once I hit high school. And I was
Right.
just like, okay, this is when I could see myself really making this like my lifestyle. Like this is something that I feel like I can go to college for. This is something I can see myself doing down the line. And that's when I started taking it seriously, kind of like around the time where you saw me might be. Like that was kind of like around that time I was like, okay,
Right.
gears started turning. So it was just like I give huge credit to my pops. Like we've had a lot of fussing matches, a lot of disagreements. We had a lot of fights. We had a lot
You
of
gonna run them
everything going
gashes.
on, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. And on top of that, he was my coach too. So it's just like
Yeah,
he
it's
was
over
Ooh.
like,
with.
so
No.
like he was like, so here's the thing though. I'm gonna be careful how I say this because he's gonna watch this and he'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy."
Watch yourself.
But
Here, let him in and
Watch
say it
yourself. Yeah.
too.
See.
so I'm
See.
gonna say it like this: I was blessed enough to have him as a father and a coach, but fortunate enough to not have him as my football coach. But he
Okay,
was my track and field coach, so it was just like that
gotcha.
was kind of like the back end coaching that I was like, I thought I could dodge you, I couldn't dodge you. So it's just like now. Like in football, he wasn't out there with me. He was never out there with me, but he was always that dad. The second he got done with school, the second he got done with work, he had a. Now I'm getting PTSD. Now, bro, I could hear his. Now I can hear like we at practice, right? We at practice, so we're going through team, bro. This in high school. We going through team, and like we go out there, we did our thing. We off on the sideline. Second group going. Next thing you know, I'm talking with my dogs on the sideline. Then next thing you know, in the distance, I hear that 1994 Ford F-150 pull up. Pull up right to the gate. And I said, here we go. Because I'm already knowing when bruh pull up, he ain't
It's time to
leaving
work,
until the practice is over with. And so,
man.
like, next thing you know, he watching practice. And at that point, when I knew he's showing up, I can't dodge film study after that. He's gonna pull it up straight off a huddle right when we get home. Then he gonna look at it, see when I did right, see when I did wrong. I'm trying to show him the plays that I did right. But then next thing you know, he was like, hold on, go 2 plays before that, because he already knew what happened. And so it's just like so yeah. So I mean, like, credit to my pops, love him to death, man. Now that I'm 23 years old, I've learned so much from him. I've learned a lot in
Right.
those moments that when we had those disagreements, those fussing matches, all that kind of stuff, because it ended up paying off. Because a lot of the times that I got pissed off at him in that moment, now looking back over it, seven or so years later, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, so this is what he was talking about. You know what I mean? So it's just like a lot of the stuff that I used to get mad at my pops for, now I still like take that in my heart because I still received it. It was just kind of like one of those things like, all right, bro, like I got it. But now it's like now I'm 23 and I'm like, okay, this is what he meant by that. And so a lot of the things he used to say to me a lot is now starting to click and make sense now that I'm older. So I credit him for giving me the football. Shout out to Kendall Rucker, man. He's the reason why I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
playing football. So
Shout out to
That's
Papa
love.
Ruck, man, and all the amazing
Papa
fathers out here
Butch.
in the world, man. That's because I'm gonna tell you now, when it my time, oh, you playing football?
Yeah.
Oh,
oh,
without a doubt.
we hitting the gridiron. You feel me?
Ain't no
Oh
question.
yeah.
No question.
Man,
You think my
but
son
like
ain't
that's
about to put the pads on? You think
Man,
he ain't finna put them
but
pads on?
because if
Man.
y'all think I came around to play around with you, God, I'm not.
I'm not.
Hey, but nah, man, something that you said that stood out to me was also probably a blessing in disguise at the fact that, like, although he coached you after practice, was a track coach and everything, trainer, it probably was a blessing in disguise that he wasn't your football coach, because I've seen so many guys that have that, and like it's always a hit or miss, you know what I'm saying? Because you're around your pops too much, if that makes. And I don't want to say around them too much. It's like sometimes it's hard to like, dang, dad, like you on me, like pause. But like you on me, you riding me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you run back, then you got to go home. You got to be son. No, did it all. But man,
All right
Well,
now,
on
yeah,
one tonight, ain't it?
it's hump day. I
hey.
get it. I get it. Yeah, come on now.
but
That boy tripping.
So,
but nah, like it's like that father son and player coach balance. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can be like overbearing for guys.
yeah,
Like
it's
what I'm saying?
overwhelming, bro.
Like the Snoop Dogg son. You know what I'm saying? Buddy, he comes from money. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
becomes a 4-star receiver, and honestly, he quit. He quit football, came back, quit again, and said, "I really didn't want to do this," but he let it be known. Like I realized, like I had to be a man about it and just say, like I was only doing this for my pops because like he
My
wanted
dad.
me to do it. You know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
it is a blessing in disguise because like you was able to be pushed in the sport and train, and he instilled in you like if you want it, you got to work for it. You know what I'm saying? And like when we
Mm-hmm.
young, oh you gonna hate it. I don't want to go run. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But as you get older, you start to fall in love with the process, in love with the game, and I mean,
100%.
it pays its dividends because look where you're at now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's shout out, like I said, man. Shout out to OG Ruck, Papa Ruck, Kendall Ruck. Hey, Lakers in 5.
Here we go.
but yeah, um, but yeah, man. My next question for you, man. I see, you made a buzz for yourself coming in to UNC. You know what I'm saying? Kind of immediately. What made you change the number from 25 to 7? You know what I'm saying? I was in the process of buying a jersey. You know what I'm saying? He switched the number on me.
Oh man, I got a few questions on that, bro. Why change your number? You like 2-5? You done established 2-5. This, that, and the third. I got it. But listen, always love 7. I've been loving 7. I got 7 my junior year of high school. I wanted to keep it my senior year, but we had a tradition where it's just like, senior leader gets like the choices of the coach. They allow him to get like the number one number. And so they chose me to have the number one. And then so that kind of like ruined the streak that I wanted to have. And so next thing you
Right.
know, man, I get 25. There was no reason for me to get 25. It was literally just the last number available that wasn't looking crazy ugly on me. So I was just like, just give me
What? All
25.
right. So let me ask the other numbers that was available.
Bro, all right. So it was like so none of the team numbers were open. So there was no single digits, no team number open. And I was like, I bet. And then it was like, from then on, it goes from like, because I think Chad Surratt had 21, and then it went from 22, 23, 25,
Right.
27, and then I ain't want no, after it hit about 28, bro, I ain't want none of the 30s, I ain't want no 40s, I ain't want none. I was like,
Yeah,
y'all
if
leave
you
that alone.
ran 30 something or 28 as a stand up DN,
Well, you could have got
I mean,
23.
23 cool.
23.
You could have.
I
If
ain't
you
want
come
that,
out
bro.
there in 37 on the edge, I'm running the sweep to your way every time. I'm going.
37, you
every
ain't
time. I'm telling you now.
man, he gonna say 28 side. He got
On
37
me.
on. Run
Hey,
you.
hey, boy, I'm already
Hey,
know a film study. Hey, scout team, scout like opponent scout,
Man.
coach, pause the film, click 37.
Now the
Yeah,
sad part
hey,
is you go up another
right
couple
there.
numbers in the 40s though. 45 is a smooth DN number though.
hey, what
Yeah,
Bubba Dub
45
That
is
is
say?
smooth.
smooth, but
Trash.
that's
45 is smooth.
It is, though.
man,
It is. A lot of legends wear 45 too, though.
that's true too. But it's just like in my mind.
As a DN.
But listen,
Yeah.
in my mind, I was like, listen, I'm a freshman. I want to try to get as low as a number
Right.
as I can. The lower, in my mind, the lower the number, the better it's gonna look. So it
Right.
was just
Yeah.
like with me, 25 ain't bad. I like odd numbers too. So it was just like 20,
Yo,
like five, like five, sevens, like three wasn't too bad. I could have got 23, but this is in my mind. I was like, I ain't want to mess with 23. We Jordan Brand, so if I get 23,
yeah.
you feel me? So like that's some unneeded, untalked about pressure that I didn't want. So I was like, you know what? Let me slide with 25. And then I ended up getting 25. And I like the number. Like,
Yeah, you made yeah.
Lord willing, they have 25 open to whatever team I land on. If they have 25 open, I'm getting 25 again.
No,
And
facts.
so it's just like, I love the number. But 7, I've always wanted 7. I fell in love with 7. The whole reason why I got 7 is because my dad, when he first time ever playing football in high school, his first number was 75. And I ended up getting that when I was an offensive lineman. And so obviously when I switched, I wanted to either keep 7 or 5. And I ain't
Yeah.
like 5. So I like
Yeah.
7. And plus in the Bible, 7 represents the number of completion. So I was like, in my mind, I was like,
Talk
all
to
right,
him.
let me get number 7. Kept 7 ever since. And then it's ironic, I'm going to my 5th year. It was the last ever college year eligibility that I got. It's only right to get 7. And so I ended up getting 7. So
Facts.
That's fine. So
Uh,
you end up getting 2.5 to equal 7.
Eli, clap it up for him on that, man. He got a single digit in the senior year, man. Clap it up.
man,
appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Listen, we don't often clap it up for people, but you know we gonna give you one of those,
I
man.
want you to clap it
We
up
gonna
for him
we
for
gonna
the
clap
number.
it up.
Hey, yo.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I got to introduce, man. Vic was able to join. For those, saying he had a little situation going on, delayed him, but he here. You know what I'm saying? As he always say, never late is better, but better late than never.
All right. What's good, Mr.
Welcome
Rucker?
in, Vic.
Congratulations, bro. I'm excited for you. I done seen your tape, bro. You look solid.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Man,
Already, bro.
that boy said I was killing him, man. 32 tackles, 14 sacks, 16 forced fumbles.
Yeah.
But so man, Kaimon, I gotta ask you, and I think this is something I'm gonna continue to do, you know what I'm saying, going forward. All of us, if you're watching, if you tuned in to True Talk, you've heard all of us say who, you know what I'm saying, was some of the toughest guys we played against. So I wanna ask you, in your career, I'm gonna give you two. Toughest guy you went against in high school, whether it been at a camp. I prefer in game, you know what I'm saying? Pass is better than, you know what I mean? But toughest guy you went against in high school and up to date right now, toughest guy that you've had to go against, like you knew, like I gotta bring my A game in your whole career.
All right. High school. I'll give it a Miles Hinton. He was definitely the guy. They had a smooth O line that year too. Both of the tackles were smooth. It was Miles Hinton on one side, and I think it was Addison Nichols on the other side. So shout out to GAC for recruiting, even though they weren't supposed to. I'm not gonna let GAC get on that. But yeah. So shout out to them boys for being on
Hey,
the same team.
allegedly.
Appreciate you.
Hey,
Allegedly, we
allegedly.
gonna make sure we highlight that. Allegedly, we're gonna go ahead and put that out there. But I'll give it a Hinton for sure, man. That was definitely everybody was talking about him. Everybody was saying like, "Hey, man, this dude, he the guy. He's the one that's like got all these offers. He's seen this, that, and the third." And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. It's gonna be great comp. I'm looking forward to going against him, man. I'm already knowing it's gonna be a challenge. I gotta bring my A game. So, shout out to him, man. He was definitely the best guy that I played in high school. Up to date now, I probably have to say it's between two people. I
Okay.
say Joe Alt, that used on when he was at Notre Dame,
Whew.
and
Hey,
Ariante Herstory from Minnesota.
let's pause that. For those of you who don't know, first of all, we're gonna take it back. Miles is about 6'5". At the time, he was about 6'5", probably pushing a good 330,
This is the dude you
somewhere
played against
around
in
that.
high school. You talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, after that game ended, I walked up, you know what I'm saying, OG Hinton, and I heard him came into his face, man, I watched my son play against a lot of guys. I don't even know if Cameron remember this. He said, I've never seen nobody play my son the way you played him, man. Like, you a baller. So we want to put that out there. But for those of you who don't know who Joe Walt is, dog, that is a bona fide first rounder. that
dog.
brother,
Easily.
that brother don't play.
He
I
coming
watched
out
him
this
kick
year.
back and hit somebody with one of them. His. It's a wrap. Like
Right.
it's a wrap.
He
What he hit him
came
with? What
But
he hit him with?
that boy said his. Like he don't play no game, man. Hey, he listen, bro. Joe was a dog, man.
Nah,
But
he the truth. He the truth, man. I
and then
definitely give him that.
and who was the other guy you
Um,
said from Minnesota?
it was Ariante Ursary, number 69. He was a left tackle. He was pretty smooth. I think they got him. Shoot, he's definitely top five offensive tackle, and I think they got him going like early second round.
Okay,
But
that brother
nah,
got a name on him.
he a dog too though, man. I've had the pleasure to go against him for the past 2 years, and we've had some good battles
Hmm.
on both years. So I definitely give him to him too.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This brings me back to my next question. What would Kaimon Rucker now tell ninth grade Kaimon Rucker?
Ninth grade.
Yeah.
Uh,
That back when you were 75, that's back, that's O line Kaimon or coming out of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hey man, to be honest with you, I'm probably just telling him, hey man, keep doing you and keep being you. Because even in that, even when as young as I was at the time, like I also had like a good head on my shoulders. Like I wasn't a guy that always got in trouble. I wasn't like, even though that was something that per se you would say I wasn't really like locked in at the time, like I still wanted to be the best at whatever that I did. So whether it was something that I really wanted to do or something that I didn't really have all the interest in, if I signed up for it, I'm gonna give it my full commitment because I already know what I signed
So
up for. So like for me, it was never like a thing to where it's like I had to make sure like, hey man, make sure you do A B C D E. Like I was never that type of guy because if I signed up for it, I'm already gonna give you 100% of what I got. So for me, I'll probably just tell them, man, just keep doing you, keep working, keep on putting in the work that you're doing right now, and don't change for nobody. You feel me? Like just keep being you because at the end of the day, as you get older, a lot more people is gonna appreciate the you that you are instead of being the you that you're not. You feel me? So it's just like that's probably the two things I tell them.
for sure, man, that's big, man. I was thinking
That's
about that
real.
about my myself and my playing career because I know at one point I'm gonna be real. It's no secret. I've expressed it. Like I definitely had the hot head at one point, like feeling like I was a bigger player than what I was, if that makes sense. Like you know what I'm saying. Like even my time at going to Lane, you know what I'm saying. That was a humbling experience. Some people call it Lane College. I call it Lane Prison. But we're not gonna get into that. But nah, man, that I would tell my younger self like, you know, you're gonna go through some things, you feel me? But like you have to switch your mindset and everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. Everything was already written. No matter what you think you're doing new, it was already written for you. Even took a first breath, you feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
nah, that's I was like I said, I had to ask you that because I was thinking about that myself. Same thing I
My
would
ninth
ask,
grade
Vic,
started
John.
my ass. Stay my ass out them hallways and stop talking to the chick. They ain't getting you nothing but in trouble.
Man,
I was
Nice.
in them hallways. I wasn't worried about football. Well, I was worried about football, but I ain't take football that serious in ninth grade. I was too worried about the females.
Mm.
Yeah.
that boy
Understand it.
John was out here and he's hey.
I was in.
I
Yeah.
said, come here, girl.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
the baby Jane to come out and play. Yeah, made you come to the game. I
Look,
got
they hit you. They like, then you got John got two first names, John Jones. Like you can, you know what I mean? You can no matter how you slice that pie. Y'all can hear
I
him
don't
now.
know.
Y'all see,
You know somebody with the first name, they first name Jones.
I actually
No.
do. I
I
actually know
Oh
don't.
one
wow.
That's some
one
country.
guy.
I ain't gonna lie. That's some country shit. Nigga named
He
Jones.
was. Listen, his first name Jones. Well, I
No, what's
swear.
his last name?
I don't know. I also know a girl. Her first name is Jones too, but it's
Man,
spelled different.
where they from?
Georgia.
That was right. Like, I wouldn't even think, bro. I can't even fathom somebody I'm naming them Jones. What's the last name?
Jones.
I can't
Jones.
even
Sean
think.
Jones.
Jones Kelly or Jones David. That don't even go. Listen, man, I really
Man,
want to know what do we going, bro? What goes through
Hey,
people's heads when they thinking of a name like Jones, first name Jones.
hey, them backwoods in the South, bro. You don't know what you
Yeah,
gonna come
it's
up
more
man.
with.
than that. They must be putting a
Hey,
little bit of fent in it or something.
hey, boy, you don't know
Man.
what you're gonna come across in the South, boy.
I see. Listen, with all due
Listen,
respect, this my college roommate was Jaquavius.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That is black as hell.
Jaquavius, John
yo,
Quavius.
Hey, bro.
Oh,
Like, bro, why?
Hey
Like, you know what I
man, she
mean?
gonna have him struggling to get a job, bro.
boy.
John Quavius. Man,
Hey,
what
I
the
been
what the hell? Like, why y'all names that like that?
man. Listen.
Listen, I ain't. Listen, people do what they want, man. I ain't judging nobody. Listen, uh,
Oh my god.
listen, man.
Hey, I know hey, bro. He gonna see this,
And,
bro.
and he'd knock your teeth out till you come through that two hole. I bet you that.
facts.
Man,
That'd be
that's
the
funny.
thing, bro. They don't, bro. Down south compare up north to down south football. We got some guys that's crashing out, but y'all football
It's a
different.
different crash out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they
Tell
will,
Man.
bro.
Then you got the country
So
bumpkins.
yeah, boy.
man, I gotta ask, Cayman man, what made you go, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't you gotta forgive me, but I ain't looked at your offer list in a little minute. I meant to do that today. But what made you go to the ACC versus the SEC? Because a lot of people don't know, man. Came in strong as an ox. I mean, I ain't gonna tell him too many times. He might be a little stronger than me, just maybe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, Eli was
Well, he
hell when he
came
was
back.
well. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what swayed you to go to UNC?
Shoot. Well, for obvious reasons, the SEC did not offer me a lick of anything.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh wow.
so I
That's
went
Oh
Mm.
to
man,
I
me.
went to all the went to as many camps as I could. I went to the Georgia camp, bruh. Showed out, got defensive linemen of the camp over there. They were not messing with me at all, and so I was just like, all right, that's cool.
I
It's
blame
whatever.
Mike B.
We gonna blame Mike on that.
oh
Yeah,
whoa whoa,
Mike
brother.
saw it.
That was
I was up out of
crazy.
there.
Oh yeah, well, you ain't listen. You ain't never out of there. You stained. You got some stain in that Georgia Bulldogs program.
That
Man,
Hey,
that
listen,
is
man.
true.
Damn.
So
Damn.
you know what I
I,
mean.
I'm gonna tell you, I went to a game with Mike and I seen how they treat us. I said, hey Michael, what you got on? I was like, man, this dog.
Hey, brother.
Mike, we just waiting on it. Just wait. We waiting on the invite, man. I will fly down, and I
I ain't
would
been
love
to
to
a
So
come.
game about 2 3 years, bro. After they won a national championship, it's like Fort Knox over there.
That's
They
crazy.
acting real different.
but nah, so it was just like I ain't getting no SEC offer, so that's for starters. And then two, I mean, honestly, I feel like for me specifically UNC, I think it was like one Coach Brown. That's when he came in like the year before, and so we were his first recruiting class for real. And
Hmm.
so for me, it was just like for having Coach Brown, like a Hall of Fame coach, to like come up to you and be like, "Hey, I want you on my team."
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to turn down for real. And for me personally, I don't play for a coach. I play for the players for real. Like I play for my brothers. So it's just like, like for me. But at the same time, like it's kind of like that good validation that you hear from like a coach like that saying like they want you on his team. So I was like, cool. And then of course like the guys that they already had over there, the education that I was going to get in the long run, like all this other kind of stuff. Seeing like what this program is going to be, I wanted to be a part of it instantly. Honestly, like I remember I went to a camp, balled out. Coach Brown offered me at that camp, and probably like a week later, I committed. I was just like,
Mm.
shoot, I don't see anywhere else to go. Like this is the
Right.
place that I want to be for real. So that's kind of like the whole reason for real.
He
Oh
showed
yeah.
you he
And
wanted
it,
you too. So you always
Mhm.
got
Yeah,
facts.
spot.
That's what mattered the most. Cause
Facts.
man, for a school to say you undersized or not of it, that's just I'm I'm gonna use the term befuddled. Like I don't
Oh,
understand it.
okay,
You
that
feel
boy.
me?
Okay,
Like
Okay.
Yeah. I've
Yes,
been
You
in
got
my
some,
sir.
thesaurus, my dictionary, man. You know what I
you
mean?
got some education. You got a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This that good public school.
he use that. Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Georgia.
but
He use his vernacular.
man, I'm adding to my repertoire. Like, hey
Right.
man, but nah, hey, getting an offer from Coach Mack Brown, you know what I'm saying? That's legendary because that man is a legend in college football. Now, you know, he's a little old on the back end coming to UNC, but he's still a legend. Uh,
Facts.
so which brings me to my next question, man. What you think about the Bill Belichick hire? Are you kind of like wishing you would have had a year with him? You know what I'm saying? We keep it real and raw. So if you wish you had a year with him, you know what I'm saying? This is the place to do it. You feel me?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like my time of leaving UNC was perfect. Like just
Mhm.
for the whole thing. Like I know I was there for 5 years, but keep in mind, bro, I was a 2020 enrollee. So that whole first year, bro, like we didn't have a year. Like that was my COVID year. So like
Mm.
Right.
I really didn't have a freshman year for real. Like the whole campus shut down, online classes only, 6 feet, masked up, COVID test every single morning.
Mm.
I hated it. So it was just like for me, it was like I didn't have a year for real. So it was just like, like my first official year in college was my sophomore year for real. Like if you want to talk about the whole college experience, my first year was my sophomore year
Ooh.
going into my junior year. Like that my sophomore spring going into my fall junior year, that was my first official year of college. For real.
Wait, that's when y'all played in empty stadium.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
Insane.
what?
I'm talking about
Insane.
like bro, like I'm talking about like how the league be having like OTAs or like not OTAs, but like have like those preseason practices
Yeah.
and like
Mm-hmm.
they have like other teams come in, bro. Like no, it was like games like that.
That's
That's
And it
crazy.
was crazy.
How the
They
hell
must
you
have
Silent.
had
supposed to get
they had they
pumped up
had
for that?
cardboard cutout fans.
Yes, we had the
Oh,
same thing,
You
oh
bro.
were
y'all
playing
did.
crowd noise from the press
hey,
box.
yeah, they got the cheers
Man,
going from the speakers up top.
Yes,
I
that's
was supposed to
crazy.
get lit for that. I can't get lit for that.
bro. So like, it was hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That thing, it was so
And I
good,
know you
bro.
was not listening to no pregame music, bro. You coming out to an empty ass stadium.
Bro. So like,
Man,
it was so like I'm telling you, bro. That whole first year, bro, fever dreams. Like I don't. I'm so glad NCAA was like this year don't count because it genuinely felt like this year shouldn't count. Like it was just like
right.
anything. Like the only time that I remember seeing a full stadium was like it wasn't even full, bro, but they was still loud as all get out was Florida State. Like
Mhm.
that was when Florida they didn't give a crap about any type of restrictions or nothing. So like for them, they still had
They
about
wear
like
jorts
50,
down there, bro.
bro. They still
I
had like
mean,
50% of capacity in the stadium, bro. So it was just like they still had it rocking. And I'm like, this place is loud, but I ain't never like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have loved to play in a full packed out Florida State stadium because around that time, they had them. That was when they would started getting the dogs in the program, and that's when they started to roll. But it was just like, you know what I'm saying? They still had 50%.
ain't gonna be
But it
packed
was
no
just like that
bus.
whole first year was crazy. And then yeah, so like my sophomore year, that's when I like if you wanted to kind of like start the clock over, my sophomore year was really my freshman year, then junior, sophomore, senior, junior, and then my fifth year was my true senior year. So in my mind, I was kind of like mature, like mentality wise, maturity wise, I was ready to head out anyway. So I feel like honestly, I think that was like a perfect way for me to just like kind of like move on. But it's just like,
Mhm.
obviously with a guy like Coach Belichick, man, like who wouldn't want to play for him? Like, bro knows what he's talking about. He's won championships at the highest level that you could ever think of. Like he's gonna bring in some guys that's gonna coach you in such a way that the guys in the league is gonna coach you. Like he's gonna get you
Right.
guys around that's gonna be able to teach you ball, prepare you for the next level, and not only just like from a coaching standpoint, but also from a like strength and conditioning standpoint, like now NIL standpoint, like he's gonna put some guys in the room that you can use you can gather resources from that you can network, you can connect with. So obviously, like if I was younger, like I would love to play for bro, but it's just like obviously, I'm about to be in a situation where I got a potential of landing with one out of 32 teams that competed against Bill Belichick, that's coached with Bill Belichick, that's learned from him, that's had him as
It's
a
major.
mentor, role model. So it's just like, like I'm gonna be learning. I'm gonna be learning ball at the highest level, regardless whether it was gonna be starting in college or whether that's gonna be going in the position that I'm in now. So, either way, I feel like I think this time was suitable. I think it was like I think this it just felt right.
So, Cayman, I got
So
a couple questions for you. And I know I hope I'm not interrupting, bro, but
you
it's how
good.
I get to know how you thinking and what's going on through your brain. Because I remember when I was going through my process, and I was like, man, look, I got a shot. Like I can do this for real. You feel me? And not everybody can confidently say that. Like, and some people, they feel like, and I can tell, looking at your film that you got it like that, bro. Like you got the potential to actually do something big.
He ain't no
Um,
puppy. He a big
Right.
dog.
Yeah, big dog. You feel me? I can tell you got it in you, bro. You feel me? But I want to ask you, you feel me, how you feel. Well, I think we've held some conversation about this, I'd say in the last episode or the episode before last. But we talk about football being a business and when it truly turned into something like that. And, you know, I remember in college I was playing it because I loved it. And I was playing it because, I thought that was what I was supposed to be doing with my life. And I thought that was who I was. You feel me? But my question to you is, where do you stand on the, okay, this is what I love to do, and this is a business? Where do you stand as of right now? Like, what's your mental about it?
So nah, I mean, like obviously with me, like I've put in count, like I mean, as all of y'all know, man, like with the game of ball, bro, like you put in countless hours, countless minutes, like days that you could like obviously like we can be real, like you probably could have done something else, but instead of you doing something else, you did football, you did ball. Like this is all you did. This is what your world revolves around. Like yeah, everybody's talking about like you go to college, you're here for college, you're here for academics, you're here for this, that, and the third. But let's be honest, as student athletes, and this is not even just football, this is for any other sport where your sport, sadly, is your number one. Where like
Mm-hmm.
nobody
It
really
is.
talks about that. Like let's like at the same time, it's like yes, we want people to be like, listen, you want to take care, like you want to take care of your academics. You want to make sure, first of all, take care of your mental. Second, take care of your academics. Third, take care of your sport. Yes, in a perfect world, but we all know in ball, just because you write down X's and O's, that doesn't mean that's exactly how the stunt is going to be ran. You feel me? So it's just
Right.
like for college, it's
Great
like I
analogy.
put a lot of time.
Right.
I
Boy.
put
Hey, that
so much
young
time.
whippersnapper sharp.
A God fearing man, you know he is. Yeah.
But
Man.
man, it's like
God
there's so
fearing.
much time getting put into this thing, man. And so it's just like for me, because of something that I put so much time in, you have to treat it like a job. You have to treat it like a business. Because at that point, like at some point, I have this is gonna be my job. This is gonna be my business. Me, I've learned this at a very young age. Just like me, the second that I get up in the morning, brush my teeth, put my clothes on, and walk out that door, I'm my own brand. And so it's like anybody that I have a conversation with, anybody that I shake hands with, anybody that I smile at, that's
Oh,
who
that
I am.
boy's
My
scary.
brand is who I'm walking out to be. And so it's just like that's when you start to really realize this is a business. Like it's not just an on the field thing, it's an off
Mm-hmm.
the field thing because whatever you do off the field is going to replicate you what you do on the field and vice versa.
Right.
And so it's just like for me, I ain't gonna lie, like it really took like freshman year is when I truly realized that. It's like I learned it early on. Like I was a very mature person at a very young age. So it's like when I first got into college, I already knew what to expect. Like on top of the fact that I wasn't going to play as much, I was willing to be a scout team player, be everything that I need to be on special teams. Like I was like already in that mindset. Like in my mind, I'm like, if I get to start, cool. If I don't, cool. At the end of the day, I'm making myself better. I'm making the guy across from me better, and we get to be a better football team at the end of the day because of what I'm doing and what you're doing. But
Facts.
also on top of that, me taking care of my academics, me doing as much as I can in the community, me bettering myself mentally so I can handle the capacity of all the things that's going to be thrown in my direction because of college. Like I had to be a business in that situation because everybody knows in the business like you got a lot there's a lot of different like things in order for a business to function. There's not just
Yeah.
like the operational things where everybody get to see like and when you think about McDonald's, everybody thinks about the food, you think about the money that they bring in, the workers that they have, and that's it. But no, there's a lot of things that happen on the back end. Like you got to flip a page and understand there's like a lot of CEOs. There's a lot of marketing things involved. There's a lot of revenue sharing that's been going on. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. And so that's the same way that I approached it with football. It's like, yeah, you got the X's and O's, you got the film study, you got the games on Saturday, like you got that. But it's like also in the back end, it's like I have to take care of my academics so I can stay eligible. I have to be in the
Right.
recovery room so I have to be in the training room so I can recover, so I can practice and I can play on those Saturdays. I have to make sure that I study my playbook so I can also play on Saturday, and not only to play is that I can get the trust of my coach to know that you can put me in and I can execute whatever you call. And also down the road, I can be able to recall a lot of different things because I played so much and I studied so much. And so that's like for me, that's when everything started to become a business early on. Is when I started to really like peel back the layers of not just football, but just college in general. And like I said earlier, it's just like the world of football has taught me so many life lessons. So now, not only did I learn this in football, I can carry that mentality and carry that same mindset when I go into life, when I take care of when I have a potential family, when I go ahead and buy my first house, when I get my first car, when I do these things with my money versus when I got my contract versus my marketing money. So it's just like now I get to have this mindset of what I can do and peel back the layers of everything instead of just looking things in a tunnel vision. You feel me?
Thanks. Hey man, that was a very professional. I could tell the growth and maturity, man. I'm like really extremely proud of you, man. I could tell the growth and maturity through your answers alone. You know what I'm saying? I could tell
Facts.
that is an educated young black man. You feel
It
me?
is.
That's that UNC degree right there, people.
That's a
Uh,
For real.
but I also could tell that is that draft prep. That is that draft training. Hey, listen, that's they teach you how to answer them questions. Hey, Mike B, am I lying? They teach you how to answer them
Boy,
questions,
facts.
brother.
Media training. Okay, this
Hey,
is what you need to say.
but
This is how you need to say it, brother.
Truth be
man,
told, I did the draft prep. First preparation thing that I did, I just gave my answered it as truthfully as possible. At the end of the session, they said, I've interviewed a lot of people, but it seems like you're gonna be just fine. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was just saying, I said, cool. That's cool with me. He was like, did you plan all of this? I said, nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I just woke up from a nap about 30 minutes ago.
hey, look, I'm true to this, not new to this.
You feel me? So,
Man, so my last question, I got two questions for you. My last question, actually three, and they're gonna be quick questions. You know what I'm saying?
sure
The
you ain't got
first
four?
one, nah, I
Right.
ain't got four. I got three, just three. You know what I'm saying? But the first one I want to know, because we're on the topic of the draft right now. What is the craziest draft question you've been asked by a team? You don't have to tell which team. Just what's the craziest question you've had?
Okay. Fortunately, I haven't had crazy questions. That's good. That's
Wow.
great. So
Yeah.
that's good for me. So I'll tell you one that I've been asked and one that I've heard around. So one, like obviously which is so weird to me, is how like NFL teams be like deep diving into who you are. I find that
Man.
kind of crazy. Because it's just like if you can do that with as much as my personal life, you should be doing this for medical stuff. But I'm not going to talk about that because I'm going into
Nah.
process. So, but my thing is, they was just like I step into a meeting room. Not gonna name what team, but I step into a meeting room, and they be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm dapping up everybody in the room, yada yada yada. And they was just like, "So you gonna sing a good tune for us?" And I was like. I'm like,
Oh
bro,
yeah,
what you
for
talking
y'all.
about? So I'm like, now I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I know I can sing. Like I've done stuff on camera. Like I've sung before. But you don't open up a meeting like that. Like you feel me? Like I was just
They
like,
wanted
I'm
that
like
boy to come in
so
like Usher.
bruh, you feel me, bro? Like, bro,
Hey, Vic, I didn't know you had
Yo,
what you say. I didn't know Vic had that in him.
boy,
Man,
No.
Vic, Vic
Man,
trying to serenade somebody.
bro, walking in the room, bro. What you say? He like come in the room. He's like, watch this. Like, bro, like what am I doing? Like, bro, like what? Like you expect me to do all that right now, bro? Like, come
Man,
on, bro.
That's
Let's
it.
just let's just talk ball, bro. That's all
Right.
I'm here for, bro. Let's just talk ball.
thanks.
But that was my question. Now, another question that I heard that people been going around, like it was like like with the draft and combine stuff, like
Yeah.
they got some setup questions. Like I remember, bro, like, I think it was a DB from Texas Tech. that got asked on the podium, he was like, "Do you think birds are real?" And I'm like, "Bro, why would you ask that?" You feel me? But then this year was like I think they just have like a consensus of like, what's the most random question you can ask, right? And so this year it must have been like, "What's your favorite drink?" Now that's a very now listen, John. I see your face. Now listen. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. For me, I'm like, okay, shoot, we can go with a ginger ale. You feel me? Like that's my favorite soda. You know what I'm saying? That's not too crazy. I go with a lemonade, Arnold Palmer. Like we can go that route too. Like I'm not too crazy. Now there's some people out there. You know, they go out. You know what I'm saying? They go around downtown Athens, hit up 9Ds. You feel me? And then
Why
they
it
get
gotta be
something crazy.
Athens? God, dog, boy.
Yeah, I heard about y'all. You ain't
Hey,
say.
listen,
Hey,
listen.
hey,
So
I'm
hey,
telling
listen.
you.
Hey,
God, leave, boy. We gotta be out
hey,
of that.
so
So you
you
gotta
feel
back
me?
me up.
Listen, brother. I'm gonna keep it honest, brother. Listen, you expect me? I'm a changed man, but you expect me to stay in Georgia and only stay 45 minutes away and not visit downtown Athens at least once?
Come on
You
now.
said you
Come
heard
on now.
about it, so you experienced it. Okay, I
Hey,
understand
I
now.
man.
I went there and said absolutely not, and I backed out. There's multiple parts of downtown Athens that I wasn't known, but now I know. So I heard about
Yeah.
y'all for sure.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
my
listen, who's
thing
your
is
sources, bro? Bro, just trust me, bro.
just
That boy been around.
and
Trust me,
that's
bro.
listen. And listen, and when we hear that, let's be honest. That's how brothers and sisters get in trouble, bro. Just trust me. No, I need you to tell me where we
I
going. What,
mean,
bro? You better tell me something. I can't just
man,
go by
Facts.
here. He say, she say. I don't want to do that. But
man.
this ain't about downtown Athens. I'm done with that.
Nah,
But
I
you
feel
know what
that.
I'm saying. But you got them brothers in there that be clubbing. You know, your national championship winners, Georgia. You feel me? That'll be going up in there and being like, you know, what's your favorite drink? And next thing you know, they'll be like, yeah, man, I'll be shoot. Well, I'll throw down a vodka crayon or some 1942. And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's like now
They
you done
said
showed
that.
all your cards.
People saying that?
We had some people that said like they go to bar drink, vodka crayon,
Oh
Crown
my
Coke,
God.
1942. God dang,
If you
Yeah,
bro.
drink,
NIL.
let
I
me
bet
tell
they
you something.
find 20 of them, 20
If you
1942s with the NIL.
man, let me tell you something, brother. If you say a 1942 is your favorite bar drink, you got a problem.
You got a
That's
problem.
crazy,
You got a
bro.
problem, dog.
Nah, bro, I wish I was lying to you. I'm so serious. I wish I was lying.
I
I
want to know
wish.
what
Man,
person said that, bro.
I'm,
Yeah.
bro.
All right,
I,
all right. So to be
I,
real with that, though, to be real with that, as a NFL scout, and you interview a guy, and he say, "Yeah, my favorite drink is alcohol." Does that deter you from that guy?
absolutely.
here's
It
look.
depends on
I mean,
oh,
Absolutely.
listen. So here,
it,
there's two
audaciously.
parts to this though.
Outed it.
There's two parts. So I see one part. So I like to see things on both sides of the coin. You feel me? Like one
Right.
side, especially if you 21, 22, 23. You know, nowadays we got freaking 24, 25. Hmm.
I saw
But
30.
you know, yeah, so you feel what I'm saying? So there's gonna be some people that's in there that have been around the block a couple times. So it's just like that. Shoot, man, I'll pull up and I'll get a shot every now and then. You feel me? So, but like in
Yeah.
my mind as a coach, if I'm asking that, it's like, okay, bro, about he 23, 22. You know, he legal
Yeah.
now. You gonna have some young guys that got some late birthdays. You got some early declarations from some guys from their universities. So, bro, they barely turning 20, 21.
Facts.
Like they turned 21 the week of the combine. So it's just like my thing is like
Them boys are getting plastered before running
they
the
were
40.
getting white girl wasted in the club
This boy
at
said white
19.
girls. Oh, shit.
So
Hey,
my thing is,
brother,
I'm like, yo,
we keep it real and raw here now. Hey, he
Facts.
ain't
I'm saying,
lying.
bro. So my thing, I'm like, yo, that's actually crazy. So it's like now in the coach's mind, you're like, huh,
But the film,
underage.
but the film don't lie though. But the film
right,
good.
that's what I said.
I
It
feel.
depends on
Hey,
who
I was
you
just about to say,
Yes,
depend on what you do on that film, you can go up there in that podium and say whatever.
and say
I'm just gonna
whatever you
I'm just gonna keep it
want.
real.
You can say whatever you want.
to an
Let me tell you
extent.
something. To an extent, Laramie Tunsil got drafted first round, and what was his what did they play on his draft night? They play him with
Face
gas
with
mask.
a gas mask
a
on
gas mask
attached to
full
a
of
bong, bro. I
gas
was
mask full of
like,
gas.
For
Gas.
real?
bro,
Yes, bro.
You wait,
that
you ain't
man,
seen this?
I didn't even know that.
bro,
That's
I
crazy.
didn't
man,
know.
yeah, bro. Laramie was on
Bro,
that
look
Zaza.
up. Bro, look up. I kid you not, bro. Now it's been a few years since then,
Yeah,
but if you
I
look
think
up
they got a.
Laramie, if you look up Laramie Tunsil like gas mask video, bro, they showed it on draft night. Like this is the
bro,
day of like round one, bro. Laramie Tunsil, #1 offensive lineman off the board, #1 offensive lineman. Period. Like, bro, stamped himself, bro. Like he was going, like they were arguing to say he was going to be the top 5 pick in the draft.
Facts.
Period.
mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, everybody prepping for the draft. Next thing you know, like bro gets everybody getting selected. Laramie Tunsil didn't get hit top 5. Everybody's trying to think like, bro, what's going on? You know,
Bro,
obviously
what,
Twitter wasn't as big then as it is now, so nobody's getting the inside scoop. But then when they finally selected him, he got selected like late first round, something like that.
yeah,
Still
Mm-hmm.
good, but not where he was. Next thing you know, they were saying the reason why Laramie Tunsil got stunk out. Then they showed the video, and bro was like gone, bro. Gas mask, all that, had the bomb
Buffalo
on,
soldier, dread-headed
bro.
rasta.
I'm t-
What's out there?
Man, he went
That
no
boy
further
bro,
than
bald
that.
headed roster.
bro.
And that's
Hey,
crazy. I
for
mean,
real.
honestly, though, I get it, but I feel like them coaches, them scouts and stuff, are asking because they already know how certain people get
Bro,
down.
but
anonymous scout said some years later, and I remember they was talking about Laramie, and I can't remember the quote verbatim, but it said something along the lines of like, "We knew he did it, but we know he can block." So in other words, I don't care what you do, brother. Just be responsible. Just come out here and show up for work every day. You know what I'm saying? As long as you show up for work, which is why I feel like the NFL now has lifted that ban from marijuana. Like it's not as strict as it was 5-6 years ago, and so on.
not not at
Which
all,
is
So
because
crazy.
they figured out there's some dudes that will be gone on game day. But the crazy thing
man,
is, their best productions have been when they've been gone on game day, so which is wild to me.
Lawrence Taylor was a crackhead. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, but
Hey,
he,
chill on the lum, bro. Chill on the lum, bro.
bro, he came out and said he was on
chill,
cocaine every game. You mean
bro.
to tell me this man was on
Bro,
cocaine
bro,
averaging
Hey,
50 sacks?
but guess what, bro? Produced.
Exactly.
and he
Bro,
running through everybody because he
could you
invincible.
imagine? Could you imagine somebody like Aaron Donald having that type of formula to the game? Like,
Aaron
bro,
Donald, he's
hey, why Aaron
let's
Donald
Bro,
go off on this? Why
I'm about to
Aaron
say, bro.
Donald
I'm
go off on this?
like,
no,
if I'm an offensive tackle, bro.
no,
If
no.
I'm an offense, like I'm so serious, bro. If I'm an offensive tackle, bro, I'm getting in my stance, and I see, bro, going across from me, staggered stance,
And
like
foaming at the
chest over
mouth
toe,
because he done did all that
foaming
shit.
at the mouth, and then on top of that, bro, it keeps on doing this in his face mask.
oh,
Uh-uh.
Then got to
oh
keep
Hey,
him
yeah,
out because
sure.
his nose start bleeding.
Man, but you ain't got to worry
hey,
about me no more.
pull me out the game,
Come on,
coach. I'm
yeah,
not blocking,
nobody,
bro.
yeah, like, come on, bro. Ain't
Even
nobody
the
want
white
to
shit
line up against
ear
nobody
like
like
Mike
that.
Tyson.
Man, you feel me?
Mm-mm.
Them
Mm-mm.
boys was
That
high
boy.
off the weed.
Lay
When they say
off the
late
weed.
off the weed. Duh. Hey man, it's hilarious. But next thing I want to ask you, man, we on question 2. Favorite stadium that you played in?
Favorite stadium, man. All
Yeah,
right.
like
Whew.
whether it was the
Personal favorite.
atmosphere or you just like the stadium size, crowd, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Favorite.
nah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really like Notre Dame Stadium
Mm.
just because of the simple fact,
Facts.
like they got a lot of history, they got a lot of heritage going on. Their culture is good. So it's just like, and plus it's like when you think of Notre Dame, you think of like their stadium being like the mecca of college football stadiums. You feel me? And
Yeah.
plus they got touchdown Jesus over there. I didn't see it, which sucked, but it's cool. But I mean, like it was really good though. But I will say the loudest I played, the loudest stadium I played in, Virginia Tech.
Oh,
Is that
doom,
Sandman?
doom,
Ain't it?
doom, doom,
They play
doom,
Sand.
Man,
Doom,
doom.
doom,
Hey,
doom.
it get lit in there, boy.
bro.
Shout out to my boy
It's
Adam out
crazy,
there
and
at
it's like
Virginia.
here's the thing though. So this is when I knew it was OD, right? So we sit in a locker room to get the captains out or whatnot. This is my sophomore year. Okay. Also, keep this in mind. This is the first game back with COVID lifted. So everybody, they mama, grandma, like auntie, uncle, all of them gonna be there, right?
Man.
So we go out there. I'm sitting close to the front, and I overhear like the referee's talking to the coaches, the captains, all that kind of stuff. And the referee was like, "All right, Virginia Tech wanted me to ask y'all, did y'all want to go out first or y'all want to go out second? What you mean by that?" And like obviously with us, we the visiting team. You feel me? So like we looking at, I'm like, bro, we're gonna come out first. Like we're the visitors. Like visitors always, go out first. You feel me? So we going in,
Right.
bum, 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 everybody, boo, everybody going crazy. So we go out. Captain is lined up, and then next thing you know,
they gotta walk.
it's a lie. I'm
They
talking about
they walk
everybody,
to they what's the name, right? They
huh?
walk to the
Mm-hmm.
they walk to the
They showed the walk through the tunnel. I'm talking about
Mhm.
anticipating the build up, everybody standing up. Like it's just like you just hear like the stadium just get progress like rapidly louder. Then you hear today, da 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 da
right.
da, bam bam. I'm like,
Boy, I know them
bro.
helmets were
I'm talking
rattling.
about like everybody crashing out, bro. I'm talking about fans going, and it was all oranged out, so the whole stadium
Man,
looked like it was a straight orange, like hues of orange, like everywhere, bro. And they going crazy. And
that's
then Enter
crazy.
Sandman hit, bro. I'm talking about that's the loudest stadium that I played in. I'm talking about inside of my helmet is rattling. Like I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'll probably put Death Valley at a smooth second. Clemson, they a smooth second. But
Yeah, it's
but
a
I kid
parade
you not.
inside my city. Yeah.
We ain't even go.
Nah.
But man, but nah, like Virginia Tech was so loud, bro. Even on defense, when they were
Mhm.
supposed to be quiet, it was still loud.
That's crazy. Because they
That's
finna
how
get.
loud it was.
If they could turn their program around with having an atmosphere like that,
You
that
feel
would be
me? Like
crazy.
it was crazy rocking though. But I'll definitely say favorite one Notre Dame, loudest one
Mhm.
Virginia Tech.
Funny story. I was
Um,
committed to Virginia Tech coming out, and that was the reason why. Because their freaking stadium, I have never experienced nothing like that. It do get loud in there, bro.
Bro,
Like
bro,
it,
it
the shape.
gets
As as somebody just watching the
dome.
game, bro.
It's
Bro,
a
the whole
bowl.
stadium is
Like
rocking. Yeah, it's loud, bro. It echoes.
bro, I'm telling you, like
Man,
sounds just be bouncing. Because the thing is, like when you look at, I think it was it Lane Stadium. I can't remember. I don't want to. Don't quote me on it. But it's just like
I think it was
when you
that.
look at it, it don't look crazy. It don't look crazy deep. Like it really don't. Like you've seen a lot of bowl shape. I'm not gonna lie. Like Duke Stadium has a crazy like bowl shape to it. So like you would think that echoes, but I can talk about Duke. They don't get loud on there, so it don't matter.
yeah,
But like Virginia Tech, it's just like you don't think is that crazy until that thing get packed out, and it's just like
right.
straight echo all the way through, bro. And it's so loud. But nah, that's man. I don't think I ain't played in a stadium like that since, and that was my sophomore year.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Nigga. Oop, Jinx show Minnesota.
oh my god. Hey, bro.
Bro, what?
What?
Hey,
Tokyo,
boy.
here
Man?
comes. Man.
Hey, bro.
I ain't heard that since we was in middle school.
That boy crazy, boy.
But last thing I want to ask you, man. Before I get into this, we call this something we introducing here at the Real Understands Everything. We call this the 5-speed question. You feel me? So with this, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's like a speed round. So I want to ask you your starting, including okay, before I ask you this, are you including yourself as a DN or outside linebacker? Just we speaking on UNC.
UNC. Ooh, I think I know where we're going. I'm gonna say outside linebacker.
Okay. So give me your with y'all defense. Give me your starting five uh of all, it didn't matter who it is, all time. or starting four D lineman, which y'all because with y'all defense, y'all outside come down as an end. So give me your starting four of all time that you can think of. UNC offensive line. You got some greats, like I said, Lawrence Taylor. You got Julius Peppers. You got yourself like it's a couple guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear it.
Man. All right, cool. So this is crazy. All right, so on one edge, I gotta put Julius Peppers there. Gotta put that dude there.
OG.
Nose guard, Sylvester Williams.
Okay.
3 tech, Greg Ellis.
Okay.
Other edge rusher.
He don't want to leave himself out, fellas. He don't want to leave himself out.
All right, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. You say I'm a humble guy, which I am, but I'm gonna toot my own horn. I beat bro on the all-time sack list at UNC, so I'm gonna put myself right there.
Banger.
Me and LT finna rotate.
Ooh.
Banger. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. That's legendary. You feel me?
Heavy.
That's legendary.
I'm gonna air it now. Here's the thing: when people watch this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, what you talking about? LT the greatest?" Da, da, da. Yes, he is.
We're speaking college.
But we're speaking college. And yes, bro snapped when he was here. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But there's different tackles now that we going against. And
but they say he played against plumbers.
He played Fred Flintstone.
Boy.
He was on that.
Bro,
he
was playing against tackles that were going to halftime with a dang Marlboro cigarette and sipping on a Coke.
Man,
I'm cool,
bro.
So
okay.
I'm gonna put myself there. That's the one time I'm actually gonna brag on myself, but that's the one time me and LT we just gonna.
What Dwayne Wade say? I love it. All right. Next question, man. We got ice cream, cookies and cream, or butter pecan, or pecan, as I like to say.
Ice cream.
Butter pecan, boy. Hey, boy, you from the South for real, ain't you?
For real.
I say pecan, you feel me? But some people, if you're talking about it by itself,
if you talking about butter, if you talking about the ice cream, everybody got to say butter pecan. But if you talking about pecans in just a sentence individually, I say pecan. If you say pecan, you weird. I'm not gonna lie. If you say anything besides that, but I gotta say cookies and cream though.
Okay, he's solid.
Cream,
favorite artist right now.
Favorite artist. All right. I'll say right now. So here's the thing. I deleted a lot of my music in terms of like hip hop, R&B, all that other kind of stuff. So now all I listen to is gospel, Christian rap, and old school music. So like now, like my whole playlist has been debunked because like I had a lot of good music on there. Don't get me wrong.
Something to soothe the soul, man.
Yeah. So it's like right now, man, I listen to a lot of undercover guys. So right now, I'll probably give it to like his name is Efo or Alex Jean. Alex Jean is a really good one too. I like him a lot.
I heard of Alex Jean actually.
Mm-hmm.
So those I give those top two right now.
Okay. Kendrick or Drake?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Depending on what he answer here, you know what I'm saying, on True Talk, he might get kicked. Not just playing.
Hey man, gotta go with Kendrick Brown. I don't support people that touch on minors.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Oh my, what LeBron say? Oh Lord. Listen, man. Hey, we gotta add allegedly. Allegedly. I'm OVO, but you know.
You OVO? Something wrong.
Yeah, I musically. What that boy say? What he say? Ain't nobody got more hits than Drake. Like,
listen, bro. Like, here's the thing, though. Don't get me wrong, man. Here's my thing, bro. Both of them brings their own taste to the table, which is great. Which is what you need. That's why the whole beefs is like went as long as it did because Kendrick is great and Drake is great. Both of them are really great. artists.
Her.
So
Drake
it's
Facts.
just
breaks
like,
her. Nah, that's real talk
but
though.
my
That's
thing is, it's like, you feel me though? Like that's why, like, if you ever see like when like rap artists getting the beats, like it's gonna be between good people unless there's one that just like that's overzealous and just gets full of himself, like MGK and Eminem. Like that was a no debate. But my thing is just like Kendrick and Drake bring their own take, like bring their own flavors to the table. So it's just like for me, I feel like Kendrick is a better lyricist, whereas Drake is the better artist because of his versatility. When I think of
I
an
can see
artist, I
that.
think of his versatility.
I can see that.
Drake can
I
hop on
always say
any
that.
beat. He can hop on any beat he want. He has multiple albums with multiple sounds. He's made one with R&B. He's done with rap. He's done with house. He's done Latinx music. He's done it. He's done reggae. He's done it all.
K-pop. That's why I say that all the time. I say, man, he the greatest artist, and people he
That's what
ain't
I'm
it.
saying.
Like
Like
I'm like,
artist
nah, he's
wise,
artist. He do it all.
that's what I'm saying. As an artist, when I think of artists, I put Drake on top, 100%. He's
Gotcha.
the greatest artist. But in terms of lyricism and execution, and as a quote unquote rapper, Kendrick. That's when in my
Okay.
mind I was just like lyricist wise, like I think that's why I felt like Kendrick was gonna mess up Drake, because it's just like Kendrick is one of those guys like you can just look at Kendrick and be like, yeah, bro, he's gonna mess you up just because of like his lyricism, the way he storytells with his raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're getting into when you listen to Kendrick versus when
Right.
you listen to Drake, where you just want versatility. You get in Drake, you get like really good lyrics too. So
Gotcha. No, I feel that.
That's
Absolutely.
facts.
Okay. To close out that the speed 5 questions, and again, this is just a testament of, your faith. Obviously, everybody know you're a Christian. I'm a Christian. We pretty sure everybody on this podcast is Christian here. So let me get,
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite scripture?
favorite scripture, Hebrews chapter 10, 35 and 36.
Talk to him.
For do not lose your confidence, for once you keep it and use it for the will of God, he will greatly reward you.
What that boy Kirk Franklin say? Preach, preacher. Like, hey, man.
Hey
I like
man.
that scripture, man.
Oh yeah, nah, it's tatted on me for a reason, bro. It's just
For
like
sure.
there's gonna be a lot of hardships that we deal in life, man. But in football, it's like it's not hard. How hard you get hit is how many times you get back up. You feel me?
Right.
So it's just like for me, man. God has brought me from so much. He's brought my family from so much. He's brought my friends from so much. He's brought a lot of us out of the things that we initially started with, and now just looking back over the things that I overcame, there's no reason for me not to be happy for the life that I live and the blessings that he's allowed me to live and the lessons he's taught me along the way. So it's just like for me, I can't lose confidence, whether that's in myself or whether that is the confidence that I have in the Lord, knowing that he's going to order my steps in everywhere that I go. So that's the whole reason, man. He's the reason for why I do things.
I love that, man. That
No,
hey, and that's
facts.
just a testament to you and your career. Like I said, you have some struggles. Just battled a few injuries here and there, but like you never gave up, man. And that speaks volumes to who you are. Like I said, and I wanted to ask you that for a reason because I knew that was going to tie into your life. But we are gonna end this thing right, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man, giving your story, inspiring, man. Very proud of you, you know what I'm saying? And as somebody I view as a little brother, but also just as a fan of the game, as somebody that's been through some of the things that you're going through already. I'm extremely excited to see where you land. No matter
Man,
where
me
you
too,
go, for people that don't know, I fly free. So that first training camp, I'm in there like swimwear. You know what I'm
Me too,
saying?
because I know him.
Oh
we.
me. Hey, look, we.
You thought?
But
Listen, I ain't friends, but we coming, nigga. I know
Hey,
I'm coming. Listen,
hey,
when you get that call, yeah, don't forget us.
man,
hey,
hey,
we
We
gonna pull
coming
up
to
like
support.
Prime Entourage. We coming.
man, what? Hey, I would love to see you in that purple because I'm a Vikings fan, but
No, Chanel,
No, you need to go up
come
there with
on,
them
bro.
oh
dogs.
man,
Listen,
nobody want to
Baltimore.
play in the cold.
Listen, I'm a Ravens fan. We need a DN.
Man, nobody trying to go to Baltimore.
We need a DN.
Nobody trying to
Listen,
go to
Man,
Baltimore.
if you get drafted to Baltimore, bro, we definitely gotta connect because I make sure I point you where to go and where not to go.
Fly,
So,
for
Eagles,
sure, for
fly.
sure.
I
well,
wouldn't be
But
mad
I'm
if
in
you go to
Philly.
the Packers.
listen, no matter where you go, man, the real understands everything. We fully supporting you. I'm fully supporting
Absolutely.
you. Again, I really appreciate you coming on, man. It's been fun. Have some memories, laughs. I hope to do this again later on in the future. You know what I'm saying? I also hope to see a jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Here
I hope to
we
see
go.
some. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna pitch
But
that?
nah, man. I love you, man. Continue to do great things, man. Continue to let God lead you, not only as a player, but like as a man. And stay true to yourself, fam. That
Appreciate
concludes us on episode 4 of The Real Understands Everything. Y'all tune in, episode 5. We got big things coming. More truths being told, more reals being understood. And that's how we're gonna end this thing.
Yeah.
Facts.